Hello. Um, yep. Sorry, guys. Unfortunately, my computer, which is what I was planning to use, would not let me go on live. So sorry about that. And my tablet is dead and my phone is dying. So, like I said in my last live that I did last week, you know that you're going to say something good and powerful when all technology starts failing on you. I believe it is just the devil's way of trying to stop the positivity. So I'm sorry if you can't see my full face. I'm trying to do this with my phone. My husband is trying to help my son get to sleep. So craziness. I'm going to keep this super short and sweet. If you are on watching, please say hello in the comments. I want to see if I'm able to see comments. So if you are watching, just say hi. I'm going to pull up my little notes here that I wanted to share really quickly with you. I was really hoping to be able to do this on my computer. It would have been so much better. So I wanted to talk a little bit about why I think network marketing is really a powerful option for people with disabilities, specifically women with disabilities. I do have a regular full time job, but I've been in the position, like I'm sure many of you, where I've been looking for work and feeling like I'm not getting hired or I'm not really being given the opportunity because of my disability. And of course, it is illegal for any place to openly discriminate against you. Really, it's illegal for them to discriminate against you, but I feel like the wording should say openly because it's very rare that a place openly says, I'm not hiring you because you're disabled. You can sue someone for that. So, more often than not, they come up with some other kind of lame excuse of how even though you met every qualification and you had an amazing interview, they just found a candidate who is better. Comment that you agree if you've ever had this experience, or if you know someone who's had this experience. It is pretty common among people with disabilities. So I started doing direct sales for multiple reasons, but the reason that I've stayed is because I truly believe that everyone needs a side hustle. I learned this when I had to leave my full time job, that I was working in ministry, and I left my full time job. And my husband was a stay at home dad, so he wasn't working, and I had to pay the bills, and my son was 6 months old at the time. So I learned that it is really important to always have a second option, especially if you are a person who has some, obvious limitations that other people can see, that other people can to some degree hold against you. It does make it harder to find work. So, um, I wanted to share with you something that I have learned. We in the disability community are often taught that we need people, we need help from other people. And it's true. I need help for pretty much all of my activities of daily living. I need help to do certain things at work, like physical things at work. I do need help from people, but we have been taught that, like, it is a one way street, that we are the ones who always need the help, and it kind of can make a person feel like they don't have something to contribute. So, tonight, what I want to share quickly on are 3 reasons that I have learned and that I truly believe that companies need you, and that I think it's easy to show your value and show your worth in network marketing or direct sales opportunities. So, reason number 1 is that people with disabilities, you ladies are more motivated than the average person. And it's not to like say anything against our typically functioning peers, but you are more motivated because you have greater obstacles to overcome, and you often want to show people that you can succeed. And that innate drive that you had makes you an incredible asset to any company, any business, any organization that you are a part of. The fact that you have this self motivation, the fact that you, in a lot of ways, you allow your limitations to drive you to be better, means that you often surpass your typically functioning peers. This I honestly can tell you from experience. I am currently working a full-time job. The person before me was typically functioning and was with the organization for a long time. And in 6 months of being in the executive director role, I have accomplished things that the organization really wanted to accomplish over the course of many years. And I accomplished it in 6 months. And I genuinely believe that it has to do with my motivation to show them my limitations are not going to stop me from being the absolute best. So tell me if you agree with that. Tell me if you think that you are maybe even more motivated than your typically functioning peers because you desire and push to overcome your limitations. I'd love to hear if you agree with that. The second reason, so that was number one, you're more motivated. Number two is that you, especially for people who are born with their disability, but even those who have learned to adapt to a disability that maybe they have come into later in life, you think outside of the box. You have an innate ability to be a creative thinker because of your limitations. You are always finding new and creative ways to be successful and to accomplish the goals that you have set for yourself. So, for example, me with my limitations, I have found that I type much faster with my mouth than any, talk to text or anything. I mean, with talk to text and all that, I'm constantly correcting. I type much faster with a pen in my mouth than I do with any of this spiffy technology. That is thinking outside of the box. Also, when someone presents a challenge, I think very outside of the box. How can we make this accessible? How can we make this open to everyone? I'm, constantly thinking of how to be inclusive. I'm constantly thinking of new and innovative ways to make the world easier for me, but it just so happens that it also is easier for those around me because, really accessibility makes things accessible for all. So you naturally think outside of the box. You are naturally a creative thinker. You are able to adapt to tough situations. I venture to say more easily than your typically functioning peers because you know what it's like to have obstacles and to have to come up with creative ways to overcome them. So that is the second reason why you are needed in really any company, any business, but specifically, in direct sales, you are needed because you do have this out of the box thinking, and there is a lot of competition in network marketing. So there's a lot of direct sales companies right now. So your creative thinking would help you to be able to build up your business in a unique way and to really help distinguish yourself from other people. So the first one is that you are more motivated. The second one is that you think outside of the box and you are a creative thinker and able to adapt. Number three is that you are a story. We have to be honest. We struggle a lot of our lives trying to show people that we are not a story, trying to show people that we live our everyday lives, we live our normal lives, that we don't necessarily want to be the inspiration, we don't necessarily want to be, held to a higher, held on like a pedestal because of our disabilities. But we were given something for a reason. Whether you're a person of faith or not, you are the way that you are for a reason. I don't believe in mistakes. So your situation, your limitations are in no way a mistake. And it is a story. It is a story that you, honestly, I want to say, are obligated to share. You were given this, it's not even a burden. You were given this limitation for a reason, to share something with the world for a reason. You are the story. Every organization, I work for a nonprofit, we thrive on storytelling. Every direct sales company is thriving on stories. They're looking for stories to tell. That is what they feel, that is what the business world feels like distinguishes them from other businesses, is having a good story. You are a story. The fact that you have limitations that you are overcoming on a regular basis is powerful. You have a unique story. Your situation is unlike anyone else's. Even someone who has the same disability as you, your situation, how you overcome it, the way you live your daily life is different from the person who has the same disability as you, because you're a unique individual. So you have a powerful story, you have a unique story, and yes, whether we want to be or not, we are inspiring to people. The fact that we can be successful, the fact that we do make accomplishments, and I'm not talking about the little accomplishments, I'm talking about the big ones, the big things that you've done, the things that you've done out of that motivation, the big things that you've done out of thinking outside of the box. Those stories are inspirational, and it's okay to be inspirational. It's okay to use that and use that to push you in your business, in your company, in your work, in whatever it is that you're doing. You are a story. So don't be afraid to share your story. Don't be afraid to be your story. It's gonna make you different and make you stand out, and it's going to be what makes you memorable to people. So when you go into a job interview, whether you are, applying for a regular 9 to 5 job, or whether you choose to jump into network marketing like I've done, share your story. Don't let anyone make you feel or make you think that your differences, that your limitations, that your disabilities are in any way a setback or are in any way a limitation to who you are or what you can offer. If anything, it is an asset that the company needs. You are bringing an easy story for them to share, and that will help bring them to the next level. What I like about network marketing is that it's my own business, so I'm using my own story to push my own business, and I can feel accomplished for my own. I'm not doing it for anyone above me. But I work for an organization that services children and young adults with disabilities, and I use my story to make connections with the families, to make connections with the children, to build the bridge between the people who don't have disabilities that are volunteers with the kids that I work with and the kids. So use your story. So just to review very quickly before my phone dies, is that the 3 reasons a company or a network marketing organization needs you is because you are more motivated than your typically functioning peers because of the obstacles that you need to overcome. You think outside of the box, you're a creative thinker, and you adapt because of the obstacles and the limitations that you have. You are constantly striving to come up with creative ways to overcome those challenges, and you are a story. You have a powerful story to tell, you have a very unique story to tell, and your story is inspiring. So be sure that you share it. I'm hoping to do more of these kinds of quick live videos. I don't want to take up a lot of time, but I really want to encourage us, especially us women. Like, we need to step up, we need to support each other, we need to come together and really show each other, show the world, show ourselves what we're made of. The fact that they need us. The world needs to know that we are needed, that it's not a one-way street, that it is a two-way street, that we have a lot to offer. So I want to do more of these. I really want to encourage you to push yourselves to whatever success looks like for you. And if you are interested in learning more about network marketing or starting your own business and how to use some of these tips and other kind of lives and webinars that I do and other tips that I have, please reach out to me. I'm happy to share information. It's no pressure, no obligation for you to join my team. I would just share information with you. And again, it doesn't even just have to be about my company. If you just want to learn more about network marketing, I'm happy to talk to you about that and even work with you to find find a company or a product that you would be interested in. So thank you guys so much for taking a few minutes tonight to be with me and to hear what I have to say. I would love to hear your comments and hear your thoughts. Feel free to disagree with me. If you disagree with something I've said, feel free to share that as well. Let's get the dialogue going. I'm looking forward to hearing what you guys have to say and commenting in return. If you're not a group setting kind of person, then feel free to message me privately and we can get the conversation going there. So thank you so much. Have a great night. I love you ladies. Be encouraged and be inspired for yourselves. Talk to you later. Bye.